Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel, here at commaik. My pool renovation project, transforming a steel wall pool into a stone pool, is now entering its 6th round. In the last video I showed you how I built the first walls. In this video I want to take you along as I build my stairs and the platform. Afterwards I will install the skimmer and also install the inlet nozzles. If you don't want to miss that, then stay tuned. We're about to get started. In the last video, I built the wall on the west side. I stacked the first 4 rows, and reinforced the whole thing with rebar, both on the sides and down into the foundation. Some spots are still open, and I'll be closing those today. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to do that last time because now, right in the middle of April, winter is coming back. It's snowing, it's hailing, and at night the temperatures drop below 0 again. That sets my construction project back by several days or even weeks. In the next row, which is going to be placed here, I'll be installing the nozzles. I'll be mounting 2 of these nozzles, these inlet nozzles, installing them into the wall. For this, I'm using this wall duct. On the back side, the connection is made with the flexible hose, which will be connected to the old fitting from the steel wall pool. I haven't done anything further on the east side yet. I've only set up the stones the way I imagine it will look. You can see my stairs here on the left side, made with 25 centimeters high, and a staircase is going to be built into the pool here using 25 centimeters high and 25 centimeters deep hollow blocks. This staircase will be built up to a height of 1 meter and will then transition here on the right into a platform. This platform will be bordered on the side by this wall, which I also still have to build, and at the back I will also build up this small wall here at the rear and raise it, each to a total height of 1.5 meters. To build the platform and the staircase, I basically see 2 options here. In the first option, I would build these blocks up to a height of 1 meter. The blocks would be filled with concrete. The large space that results behind it would be filled with frost protection material and compacted. The whole thing approximately at the height of 80 centimeters. On top of that, a 20 centimeter thick concrete slab would be poured to create a finished surface. I could apply the same principle to the staircase. I could place the formwork blocks at the front, reinforce them, connect them to the foundation, pour the whole thing, fill in frost protection material and build up the next layer. But in this area, I won't do that because this wall here, the back, the last little section, as well as the small wall back there, are not reinforced. Back then, they didn't have a load-bearing function. To absorb the weight of the water in this pool, I will therefore generously pour concrete in this area after I have set the formwork blocks. This provides significantly more stability, even if it is more expensive and labor-intensive. Soon, the foundation for my new terrace for the garden kitchen will be poured. It will be built right next to the pool and is intended to extend in a straight line all the way to the pool edge. When the concrete pump is here to pour this foundation, I naturally want to also fill the formwork blocks with concrete at the same time. That means time is of the essence, even though the temperatures at the moment are not exactly helpful. Today I will cut the blocks and the staircase, position them. I'll also build the platform to the point where all that's left is to pour it. I'll also add 2 more rows to the wall on the west side so that I can then install the inlet nozzles, one on the left and one on the right side. Finally, I'll show you how I'm going to install the skimmer in the newly built up wall over here. Because there's another special feature here that I want to mention. The retaining wall of the old pool is actually not aligned with this small concrete block wall down here, as you can clearly see. That's why I'll place small 11.5 centimeters thick concrete blocks in front of it to get everything aligned. The small blocks will be built here in an offset with this wall over a total of 2 rows so that they finish flush with this wall. As soon as I've built the second row, I will place a 25 centimeter thick concrete block on top here. This will then be raised to the final height. This wall will also be reinforced with rebar and then filled with concrete. I've already prepared the technical supply as far as possible. In this pipe runs the flexible conduit for the skimmer. I've already rerouted the electrical wiring and the like so that this entire area here can be filled with concrete to further increase stability. But enough talk. Now I'm going to position the camera so you'll have a good view of what I'm doing. Once the camera is set up, you can watch as I carefully cut each of the blocks and install them in place step by step so you can see the entire process as it happens. also finished constructing the second to last row of the wall on the west side of the structure. As you can see here, I've also carefully determined and marked the exact position of the nozzles that will be installed. I'm setting the height at 1.20 meters, the skimmer will be a bit higher. The top edge is about 1.40 meters, so the nozzles are always underwater. And in winter, I don't have to drain too much water to protect the pool. To protect against frost, I need to install a wall penetration. To do this, I'll first drill through the wall at this spot using a long drill bit, which will allow me to make a straight guide hole all the way through. After creating this initial hole, I'll switch to a core drill. With the core drill, I'll carefully drill again from both the inside and the outside of the wall. This approach helps ensure the opening is clean and prevents the wall from chipping. Once the hole is ready, I can insert the wall penetration, making sure it fits securely and provides a protected passage through the wall. On the front side, however, I have to cut the stone a bit more generously with the angle grinder because there's a rebate here that's meant to stabilize the whole thing to provide stability. Let's get started. The steps are aligned. I've already anchored the first row with reinforcement both in the ground and in the wall. Here, I bent the reinforcement bar around the corner and then connected it to the other reinforcement bar, which is supposed to support the landing. I've also installed the facing here on the wall to achieve a uniform alignment, again using reinforcement. I'll shorten the height of the reinforcement bars later on. First, I need to see how high everything will end up and exactly where the skimmer will start. But I think at this point, you can already get a pretty good idea of what the whole thing is supposed to look like. finished stacking the stairs. The reinforcement has also been installed and anchored into the wall. The landing is also almost finished. Unfortunately, I'm missing 3 end blocks, and due to the current restrictions, I can't buy them anywhere. So I'll have to wait until the building material store opens again. I'll use the next few days to fill in the joints between the sections so that when the concrete is poured into the blocks, it can't seep out. As soon as I get the last 3 end blocks, I can also continue building the wall on the south side, up to the area where the skimmer will be installed later. The LED spotlight can also be installed here in the middle of the landing. But I'll show you that in a separate video later, because at this point I'm done. I hope I was able to share some insights from my pool construction project with you, converting a steel wall pool into a stone pool. If you liked the video, give me a like. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the upcoming videos. And I'm already looking forward to your many comments under this video. Take a look at the description. I've linked all the tools and materials I used there for you, so you can quickly reorder them if needed. By ordering through these links, you support my channel at no extra cost to you. For that, I thank you in advance. See you next time. Ciao.